Hi, I'm Nikki. I do vocals and sampler and percussion.
I'm Dan. I do lead guitar.
I'm Ben. I'm the voice and guitar player.
I'm Ty Lee, and I play the drums.
I'm Adam. I play bass.
The biggest influence on the group from the get-go was not a band, it was Godard's films. Like his way of treating every image and sound in the world as text. The thing that people misunderstand about Godard a lot, so I think that the way Godard is taught to young people, I've noticed, and the way a lot of people talk about him is, so he uses a lot of references in his work, right? Every movie that he makes has references to like 250 other movies. I think we do the same with songs. Like all of our songs refer to other songs, whether in the lyrics there's quotations, or whether in the arrangement itself it's kind of a quote of another idea or formal idea. It's not purely just playing this metatextual game. That's not what Godard's doing either. What he's doing is, in some ways, it's autobiography. He's a cultural consumer. This is a guy who watches 5-6 movies a day. So he's saying the way I understand the world is through movies. So I'm not just being cute. I'm not playing some academic exercise thing. That's the same for me. I see myself, like I don't exist if it's not for, like whoever I am now doesn't exist if it wasn't for the rock and pop apparatus.
Sure.
So the way I express myself is through that.
It's some footage that I shot in 2009 when I went to my one failure at trying university. And it was like 16, I learned how to like load in 16 millimeter film or Super 8 film into like Bolex cameras, and I was just doing some test footage with my high school friend Liz. And I had only recently, just like maybe the week of when we were supposed to have a video for Paler on the Bridge of You, I had just developed it, and it's been about 12 years since I've seen that footage. So after that, I saw a lot of what maybe, I don't know, maybe some very like new French new wave like looks with the water, lights on the water, you know, wind moving things, just like this very kind of poetic movement. And Ben always said that lights on water represents love for him. So when I saw that footage, saw my younger self in it, I felt that it would be a good pairing for a song which is a love song.
It's about wanting to elevate your romantic partner. I feel like where people go wrong in romantic relationships is it's still all about yourself.
Right.
Saying like, I love you. It's all about me still. Like, what can you give me, and suck it out of them. Whereas one of the themes on this record is, what can you do for other people? How can I help you? And I think the best relationships are where from the most cynical point of view, it's still, I guess, sort of transactional, but you both literally make each other a better person, because you both, your relationship enables the other person to be their best self and do what they want to do. And it's always been one of my goals to do that for Nikki. I never knew it was a real place, but
It's supposed to be fictional.
yeah, I know it from cinema. So it's where Hitchcock's The Birds is set. So when we first titled the band, with the old version of the band, I don't know when that was, 9 years ago, we thought, bodega, because bodegas is what we call corner stores in New York. So it had this double reference of like this Bodega Bay, and it was like a cinephile thing. We dropped the Bay eventually because something about it sounds a little too West Coast, a little too cute, a little too surf rock.
People kept labeling us surf rock. I mean, no matter what you hear from us, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, every review would say surf rock without even listening to the band. They just see the word Bay.
Telling on themselves.
Yeah, and we very self-consciously around 2016 were channeling a way more post-punk kind of influence, and it's very much in the post-punk tradition to have like a one-word, very abstract, tough name.
Wyatt.
Yeah. Taxi driver. I mean, Nobody that lives in New York experiences the taxi driver reality. Actually, a lot of incels maybe, but
Yeah, what is that point?
but like you don't.
They also experience.
They don't even have taxis anymore. They're all Ubers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's actually dangerous again post-COVID because all the rich people have moved out. I've heard that crime has gone up like 25%.
I don't know. I think that's like something that the media outlets like to hover over and be like, oh, it's scary. You know, one person died out of like 6 million, and now it's like a crisis. I'm a little skeptical. I bet there is like probably some like crime going up a little bit, but I feel like to the extent that they've been reporting it in New York particularly, and also all over America, has been like obscene. Just for, I don't know, their continuation of tactics to distract
increase
us.
the surveillance.
Increase our surveillance.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean, it's like it's been cleaned up because of gentrification, obviously, which is something that we all know and are trying to contend with. Because really, what is being said when the city's cleaned up is that more money is being funneled into neighborhoods that were previously abandoned basically by the state because it was mostly people of color and migrants living there. And then, you know, wealthy white people moved there and all of a sudden money is just pumped in, you know, and it's like...
Not necessarily wealthy though, that's us. We moved there first.
Well, there's different waves of it. Like the artists come in when it's still cheap and we kind of like lay the groundwork, and then the intense gentrification sets in after that. That's definitely something. I mean, basically New York City has undergone like the full transformation of that.
Well, I mean, Nicki made it, but I will say there is not one meaning. It's like, I don't like when people try to look at pictures or images or even song lyrics or anything and say this X means Y. I can tell you what I think it means, but Nicki made it, so she should talk about it.
I think it's just a pairing piece with, as a band, an artist, we like to copy ourselves. We're not afraid to use ideas or reuse them. So when I was thinking about this album, I wanted to do a complementary piece to the first record and the scroll, which was based on the sculpture by Menashe Kadishman, which was these weird rectangles balancing on its edge. And when I went to go see it at Storm King, I felt immediately that it looked like a computer. And I thought, oh, in this time period, around 2015, 2016, this feels so important as like what a symbol for the computer as a symbol balancing on its edge. It's like a gavel before it makes judgment. And then, so maybe this one, I was thinking a little bit more about the judgment without having any sentencing. We're not giving any answers or just asking questions, but I guess that was what led me to have this idea of the sculpture, was thinking about judgment and also the idea of online behavior or just general human behavior, but exacerbated by online presence of the pointing, everyone's pointing fingers, kind of, you know, no one's listening, everyone's just pointing. So that was also part of it. I wanted to build this sculpture too to be the 6th member of the band, but it never made it. I needed more funding. So if anyone out there has deep pockets. But yeah, it would have been really cool to have it on stage with us because it moves. It's been programmed to move and point, and I would have been able to control it. But as things are, I cannot control it, so there it is.
The way I see it, this like awesome piece that Nicki made is, to me, what the broken equipment of the internet is it's all about you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. And I think it's one of the great tragedies of the internet that instead of being this utopia where people find their friends and communities, and you know that can happen to a certain extent, but mostly it's just people hating on each other without giving anyone the benefit of the doubt.
True.
Have an anxiety attack.
Drink black coffee with a bagel. I don't know.
I think it's important to say that Dan is from Baltimore. So what is the most What is a Baltimore thing to do?
Oh my God.
Rip a guitar solo?
Yeah, rip a guitar solo.
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's kind of a bad question.
You have no imagination.
Ooh, that was very New York. That was very New York.
I think there is no
that
bad
kind of
question.
attitude is very.
There is
New York.
there is no bad questions. There's only bad answers.
Oh shit! More shots fired. Damn, fired. Shots fired.
That was good.